Hello, Libra, and welcome to Ultra Instinct Tarot. How is it going, Libra? My name is Andres, and I'll be the one taking care of you for this reading. I love the sound of shuffling cards. And I feel like being silent, like being chill. Ooh. See, these didn't even want to shuffle. Didn't even want to shuffle. And I feel silent. I feel like I almost need to whisper. It's a type of energy that is coming over me. Some rest, some chilling. Hi, Luna. And my dog just got up from resting and chilling. And she wants to go outside the room, outside the door, probably outside. But I'm telling her no. Ahorita no, Luna. Not right now, Luna. Chill. 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 Chill, 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 Libra. Wheel of Fortune, okay. And X, that means 10, Major Arcana. The Wheel of Fortune. The wheel keeps on moving. See, now my dog is chilling again. So the Wheel of Fortune is that your fortune is gonna keep on changing. Sometimes you have good fortune, and then it'll turn into bad fortune, and then it'll turn into good fortune, and then it'll turn into bad fortune. Day goes into night, and then it goes into day again, and then it goes into night, and then it goes into day again. We go round and round and round. We start in January, and then we go to December, and then we start over in January again, and then we go back to December, and then we go back to January. So maybe there's a pattern going on here. I don't know. Same with my dog. She wants to go outside, but right now it's a time of being inside. And as soon as I'm done with these readings, we're gonna go outside. And it's okay. It's not like just because we're inside, we're never gonna go outside again. That's not what that means. It means we're just inside right now. And we're gonna be outside later. And then after that, we're probably gonna be inside again. And then we'll be outside again. That's life. But I am curious to see what this has to say about the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. I like those type of shows. Wheel of Fortune cycles. Fate, luck. The Wheel of Fortune represents the inedible. Inedible? Is that what I said? Yeah, don't eat this Wheel of Fortune. Inevitable. The Wheel of Fortune represents the inedible. Inedible. Why does that sound wrong? Huh. Does it sound wrong that day goes into night and the night goes into day? There's something I say sound wrong to you, Oh, I almost said Gemini. Libra. Does something I say sound wrong to you? This card is a symbol for the unpredictability and transience of life. However, if we can stand at the center of the wheel, we may discover that there is stillness within the chaos. And I was, trying to be silent. Or not trying, but I did become more silent, more chill. Because there is stillness within the chaos. Here we can find serenity and learn to appreciate the beauty of all things that are fleeing. And interesting, okay, the Magician. And you create, what do you create? So the Magician is, the card before this is the Fool, right? Someone who doesn't know anything at all at the beginning, like a child who doesn't know much, and they're just frolicking around. But eventually the Fool finds something he or she really likes, right? So then they start doing it a lot, repeatedly, cycle, day in and day out, night in and night out. Start doing something you love, and you get good at it because you love it and you're doing it over and over again. And that is the Magician, the one that found something he loves and is doing it, and is creating, and becomes a master at it. And it's another major arcana, so that is also interesting. Minor arcana cards are things we are in control over. Those are the things that we do over and over and over again because we don't get it right the first time, right? Major arcanas are life's response to what we do. So it's life, we are in control of it being day and then it turning into night and then it turning into day again. We can't be in control over that, right? That's something that happens to us. And that is what the major arcana cards are things that happen to us, not things that we are in control over. So we aren't in control that you sometimes have bad luck. You can't be in control that sometimes you have good luck. But what you can be control over is what you like to do, what you create. Valor, Seven of Wands. Minor arcana. So we just understood things that we aren't in control over. And now this is talking about something that you can be in control over. And I will read the Seven of Wands. The wands are fire. The wands are movement. The wands are power. It's the desire and will, energy and drive to achieve what you want. Valor. This Magician had desire and will to become a master of what he loves. Even through bad fortunes and good fortunes. Nothing's going to stop this Magician. We are talking about the Seven of Wands. So the background of this Seven of Wands is deep purple. But other than that, this card is a near carbon copy of the Six of Wands. A crude seventh wand, more like a club, overshadows the other six and delivers a sobering message. The four sevens are not capable of bringing any comfort. Each one represents the degeneration of the element. Its utmost weakness is exposed in every case. There is still enough power and energy in the Seven of Wands to slug it out, but the situation has degenerated into such a mess that nobody is sure with whom to slug it out. Maybe that a blow here or there will find its mark, but more times than not, it's a waste of energy. Crowley sums it up aphoristically. Patriotism, so to speak, is not enough. Warlike Mars may find a measure of moral support in proud and fiery Leo, but machismo is a tragic joke this far down the tree of life in the weak and unbalanced environment of Netzach, which is the number 7, and is the natural home of sensitive, peace-loving Venus. The high art of battle has been replaced with a chaos of mindless melee. The army, Crowley observes, has been thrown into disorder. If victory is to be won, it will be by dint of individual valor, a soldier's battle. The Chariot, and another major arcana. And the Chariot card I did try almost call you Gemini, huh, Libra? And in the Gemini reading that I just did, the Chariot card did not come up, but it did take a peek when I grabbed this deck to shuffle. And the first thing I did for the Gemini reading was explain a little bit about how I see the Chariot. And how I see the Chariot is I didn't feel like talking for a bit for some reason. The chill, the silence. All right. So how I see the Chariot is, I don't know if you've ever walked a dog, but it's very easy and simple to walk one dog, right? Because the dog stops, the dog goes left, you go left, your dog goes right, you go right, dog goes forward, you go forward, or whatever, right? But if you ever try to walk two dogs, it is a little more complicated than just walking one dog. Because if one dog wants to go this way, the other dog wants to go that way, well, you don't move really because they're kind of fighting each other, right? They're fighting. So this is your heart and your mind thinking, one's wanting to go this way, the other wants to go that way. So they're kind of fighting each other, and you end up being stagnant and not going anywhere. But this Chariot, as soon as those two dogs start going the same direction, as soon as the heart and the mind are going the same direction, then you start going so fast. So if you'd like, you could, I think the Gemini reading could have some messages for you, Libra. And I'm not entirely sure what this reading is about, to be honest. Flowering. So, I guess it's up to you to figure that out. Flowering. This is a rainbow card, which is of the physical. And this is the Queen of Rainbows. And the Queen is just like this picture, like a loving mother. And the Pentacles, this is rainbow, so this is about the physical. This is about Pentacles, this is about material stuff. So imagine taking care of the material the way a loving mother would. I'm not saying, I'm not feeling things very clearly on the whole point of this reading. So the Queen of Rainbows is like a fantastic plant that has reached the apex of its flowering and its colors. She is very sexual, very alive, and full of possibilities. She snaps her fingers to the music of love, and her zodiac necklace is placed in a way that Venus lies over her heart. Interesting. Okay, so I feel like these are going one way, these are kind of going another, and then, okay, that's these kind of go well together, but they are kind of over here. We gotta somehow get all of these cards going the same direction. So she snaps her fingers to the music of love, and her zodiac necklace is placed in a way that Venus lies over her heart. The sleeves of her garment contain an abundance of seeds, and the wind blows the seeds as the wind blows the seeds will. Okay. The sleeves of her garment contain an abundance of seeds, and as the wind blows, the seeds will be scattered to take root where they may. Interesting. See, so even the seeds are being scattered. She is not concerned whether they land on the soil or on the rocks. She is just spreading them everywhere in sheer celebration of life. And this isn't celebrating anything. Flowers fall on her from above, in harmony with her own flowering, and the waters of emotional swirl playfully beneath the flower on which she sits. You might feel like a garden of flowers right now, showered with blessings from everywhere. Welcome the bees, invite the bees to drink your nectar, spread your joy around for all to share. Zen wants you living in abundance, living in totality, living intensely, not at the minimum as Christianity wants you, but at the maximum, overflowering. Your life should reach to others. Your blissfulness, your benediction, your ecstasy should not be contained within you like a seed. It should open like a flower and spread its fragrance to all and sundry, not only to the friends but to the strangers too. This is real compassion. This is real love. Sharing your enlightenment, sharing your dance of the beyond. So it almost feels like this is a mini reading. This is a different mini reading, and then this is a different mini reading, and you gotta somehow connect them all and point them all towards the same direction. But that's your job, not my job. I gave you all of the possibilities. Now it's your time to make them flower. And then this is the end result. The Ace of the Physical. The totality. This figure stands alone, silent, and yet alert. When did I become silent? Oh, that's not my job. That's your job. Libra. So figure out when I became silent. And that is something to focus on. Whenever I became silent. The inner being is filled with flowers that carry the quality of springtime and regenerate wherever he goes. This inner flowering and the wholeness that he feels affords the possibility of unlimited movement. He can move in any direction, within and without. It makes no difference, as his joy and maturity cannot be diminished by externals. He has come to a time of centeredness and expansiveness, the white glow around the figure in his protection and his light. All of life's experiences have brought him to this time of perfection. When you draw this card, know well this moment carries a gift for hard work well done. Your base is solid now, and success and good fortune are yours, for they are the outcome of what has already been experienced within. I still have no idea what this is talking about, but apparently it's up to you. I can't tell you everything. You have to do things yourself sometimes. But I am at least giving you all of the pieces of the puzzle. Now, I'm sure the Office Oracle deck will help you put these puzzles into their corresponding places. Okay. So since this landed here, there is a time of bad fortune, right? There's a time of good fortune. Sometimes you have to just wait. Wait for this bad fortune to turn into good fortune. Wait for this fighting to become this chariot. When you plant a seed, you have to wait for it to flower. This is number 18. Yeah, see, this is the only one that I put the number right where you literally can't see it. See, you can... Oh, it's 19. No, it's 18. I was right. This is the only one that you can't barely see the number. So, see, it's being hidden again, just like this reading is kind of... The point of it is kind of being hidden, and it's your job to go find it. And this card is about today being... Today's about today. Today is just about having today. It's going to take a long time, and then it's perfect. In no rush. Long story couples, trust. If you have patience, this is the most important part for sure. If you have patience, it means you are still waiting for something that's not happening. Go one step further and let go of that patience. A person with no patience is completely here today. His magician is completely wherever he is, and that is why he is the master of whatever he is doing. They don't wait for anything, as there is nothing to wait for. Today is already here. When the seed is a seed, it's supposed to be a seed at that moment. When it turns into a flower, it was supposed to flower at that moment. And today is already here. Everything that is happening is supposed to be happening. We are in no rush. Imagine rushing a seed to turn into a flower. No, that doesn't make sense, right? We have to be patient with the seed. We have to let it grow slowly, and it will eventually become a flower. But what is the point of yelling at this seed for not being a flower? Today is just about having today. Hug it out, bitch. Yep, there's fighting, and this landed right on the fighting card. That's pretty cool. Okay. Things are... I bet the puzzle is kind of completing itself, I hope. And just hug it out, bitch. Especially if it deals with yourself. But... especially if it deals with yourself. And, of course, it also has to deal with other people. Okay, silent. Remember, there was a silence. Because this is the meditate card. Meditate. Sit down somewhere comfortable and But if you're wearing a dress, cross your legs, because nobody wants to see that straight from The Office. Meditate in whatever way is comfortable to you. Just remember the goal is to be quiet and listen. Note, I did not say to not think. Be receptive and watch. Something talked about being receptive. Watch what will you have to say and watch how you react. And those are all of the pieces of the puzzle, Libra. So enjoy putting them together.